What's going on, guys? So I'm starting up a mini series here on the channel, right? And this series is basically going to be, it's going to be called How to Become a Content Creator in 10 Days or Less. And the purpose of this series is to offer you guys like a guided and structured follow along video series, spacing things out in a way that you don't get overwhelmed and that you guys can actually sit here and follow this series. I'm going to release 2 of the videos per week for the next 5 weeks. So it's going to be a 10 video series, right? And it's going to be broken down into days like day 1 or part 1, however I decide to name them. And I want you guys to focus on those 1 or 2 things that I release per week, and don't get ahead of yourselves because that is super important here. So I'm going to release these videos, like I said, about 2 per week for the next 5 weeks for a 10 video series. And by the end of that 5 weeks, you should be set and ready to go and ready to start your content creation journey. And you're going to be starting before the end of the series. But I can't stress enough that I don't want you guys to get ahead of yourselves, because it's super important for you to follow along and give yourself the necessary time needed to actually do this the right way and set things up the right way and not rush and not become impulsive, because that is a very big thing that a lot of people starting out actually do struggle with. So within this series, like I said, we're going to go over how to do basically everything, right? So you're just someone who woke up one day and said, I want to become a content creator. You don't have any YouTube channels. You have nothing. You have no ideas. This is where you're going to start. And if you follow this series along the right way and actually pay attention to what I'm telling you guys to do and actually do it, I really do think this is going to help you guys immensely. So hopefully this helps. I'm trying something new out here. We're gonna might be doing some more series like this on the channel, but I really think this one is gonna resonate pretty well with you guys. So before we dive into day 1 or part 1, I just want to let you guys know the objectives of this very briefly. So I have them written down here, so I'm going to read them off my list. Okay, so the objectives for this series are going to be to help you guys have a simple guided path to follow to help you achieve your content creation goals. I want to help you guys learn about yourselves and your abilities and what you can offer your audience, right? That's a super important thing. You need to be giving your audience something of value to keep them coming back and keep them wanting more from your channel. The next objective here that I have written down is to help you guys learn the basics of content creation and niching down on specific topics or ideas. That's a pretty important one. And the next one here I have to help you guys set and achieve realistic goals. This is super important. It helps you avoid burnout and discouragement, which will ultimately hurt your channel in the long run or maybe make you not even pursue it. And then I want to help you guys learn the basics of the software side of things, right? OBS for recording, live streaming, all that kind of stuff. That's going to be here in the series as well. And teach you guys how to create a brand, right? Branding is super important. You guys know the Hammer Dance logo. You know my brand. I'm always wearing this black and white hoodie when I record my videos most of the time. This is my brand. And I've been working on it for like 6 years. So stretched across all my platforms, my brand is very similar. So that's another important thing there. But yeah, those are some of the basic objectives that I want to get into, letting you guys know what's going to be in this series. So anyway, without further ado, let's start with day 1. So day 1 is going to be all about brainstorming, right? We're going to brainstorm ideas for your channel or for your content creation path, whatever it may be. I'm not sure if you're starting a YouTube channel, you're starting a TikTok channel, you're starting everything, but you'll learn about that in future videos in this series. But yeah, so this day 1, part 1 is going to be about brainstorming ideas. I want you guys to think it out. I want you to talk about your ideas, what you can give your audience, and what platforms you want to do it on, right? I mean, realistically, I want you guys to go into this understanding that to be successful in content creation, especially now, you need to be very, very versatile when it comes to platform uploads. You need to be uploading almost everywhere possible. YouTube is the best starting point in my opinion, and then you need to be making shorts for YouTube Shorts and for TikTok and things like that. So that is super important. And I want you guys to really think for a while on this step. It's really good to stick to a specific niche when creating content, especially when you're just starting out. So basically, let me give you guys an example, right? You want to be a gaming channel, okay? Now, to be a successful gaming channel on YouTube is quite hard, but it's not as hard as you would think. And the reason for this is that people start a gaming channel and they just make content or just upload let's plays of whatever game they're playing, right? Now that is going to be very hard to grow in, because if you think about it logically, it doesn't take that much work to just record what you're playing and then upload it to a channel, right? There's not anything, you know, it is content and people will watch it, and I'm not saying it's a bad form of content, but you need to figure out a way that you can take whatever game you're playing or whatever games you do play and turn that into a niche that's specific to your channel. And like, I'm trying to think of an example for this. I guess a good example would be, so if you're someone who plays just one game, right? You play one game, it's the game you play every night when you get on with your friends, whatever it is. You want to find something that you can do in that game that's a form of content, whether it's entertaining or educational. Find one thing that you do in that game, right? Basically create a format in which you create this content, whether it's shorts or long form or both, and then stick to that, at least for a while in the beginning, until you start to build up a following, and then maybe branch out to another game that you like to play or something new that came out, but stick to that exact same format that you created. That was your niche. That was your specific thing, right? When people subscribe to your channel and wait for your content to come out, or they're excited when you release a new video, they want to know that it's, you know, that it's what you've been giving them the entire time, just more of it, so they can keep consuming your content, right? They want that same thing. Not saying don't branch out and try other ideas and do things. I'm just saying that try and find a way to make something that's specific to you, right? Something that you can niche down on. Now, if you're someone who plays a variety of games, right? You play a ton of different games every week or every month. Find a specific type of content that you can create within all of those games, right? Maybe you're someone who likes to do like short little 1 or 2 minute role-playing segments, and you play the same character in every game that you play, you know, something like that. Basically, you need something that is not going to be random, right? People want, like I said before, they want to know that when they watch one of your videos or when you upload a new video, it's going to be that form of content that they're used to from you, that they like. And that is super important. That's why this, you know, part 1 of this series and day 1 of this series is to brainstorm ideas. I really want you guys to take some serious time on this step. I don't want you to rush it and just sit down for an hour and be like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. Like, really think about it and really plan it out and be like, okay, I play a bunch of different games. What can I do in these games that will be a pretty entertaining form of content? Or if you're really good at a game and you're at like almost a pro level, you know, educational stuff is huge. That's a really, really easy way to grow in content creation. If you're really, really good at a game, or you're really good at something, whether it's gaming in a specific game, or you're really good at video editing, or you're really good at music production, niching down on something like that and educational content, from my personal experiences, is very easy to grow from. Because people are constantly searching. It's very searchable, and they can search for those things. You know, and you're gonna help them. You're gonna teach them, and people always come back for more. And they're getting a lot of value out of your content, which is really important. But if it's not educational and it's, you know, entertainment based, like gaming or videos or entertaining videos, stuff like that, it still holds a ton of value as long as you're entertaining people, right? So you need to niche down and find that specific way to drive your content right to your audience the way that they want it. So for day 1, for part 1, I want you guys to sit down and brainstorm all of your ideas, get them into a document on Google Docs, or get them into a notepad file even, or even just a pen and paper on your desk. Sit there and brainstorm, come up with a bunch of different ideas, and then over the next day or 2, narrow them down while you guys are waiting for day 2 of this series to come out. Hopefully by the end of this video, you have a kind of a good understanding of what I'm trying to explain that you guys should be doing. And realistically, I want you guys to give yourself enough time to think about all of this until day 2 gets released. And if you need more time, take more time and just don't watch day 2 yet, or part 2. But seriously sit down and really think about it and go over all your ideas. Come up with a ton of ideas at first, and then start narrowing them down as the days pass. And as you sleep on some of these ideas, maybe you play some games with your friends and you're like, wow, that was really funny. I think I could do that again. And you start creating skits, things like that. just give it a good amount of time, because the number one thing that I see people do that really does hurt their channel and hurt their content creation journey right from the start is that they rush into things and they become impulsive. But I don't want you guys to think that I'm telling you to put yourself in a box. Because, you know, this is content creation. There's a lot of creativity that goes into this, using your imagination a lot. There's some forms of acting involved, and you know, there's a lot of skills that you will develop over time throughout this journey. So don't put yourself in a box. I'm not telling you have to pick this one thing, you know, and follow that to the end. I'm just saying start with one thing, see how it performs. Then if it's performing well, keep doing that thing, maybe add some new things in there. If it's not performing well, guess what? At least you're just starting and it's not that big of a deal. You can try something else. But I'm just saying, don't be all over the place, right? Don't be like, hey, this is me. You know, I played Baldur's Gate for 6 hours and here's the 6-hour VOD. Like, that is going to be really hard to grow with. And you'll get some views sometimes. Some people will watch that kind of stuff. But, you know, it's not very unique because a lot of people do that. So it's important here to kind of figure out your niche. You know, I'm not saying niche down on a specific game. I'm not saying niche down on a specific type of content. I'm telling you guys to kind of build a format so that people know that your content is going to look like this. It's going to make me feel like this, and I like it, and I want to come back for more next week or at the end of the week or whenever, you know, how frequently you're going to upload. But yeah, so anyways, guys, day one, brainstorm all your ideas, get them ready, because day two is going to be coming out in a few days. I'm not sure if I'm going to name these day one, day two, part one, part two. I guess we'll see once I upload this video, but I'm going to figure that out on my downtime. Anyways, guys, so I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope you're excited for this series, because I am. It's something new that I wanted to try on this channel, like a 10-day challenge type of thing. So I really do hope that you guys enjoy it, and if you did, hit that like button. It really does help me out, and drop some comments down below. Ask some questions. Give me some engagement. Drop an emoji down there if you have nothing to say. That would help a lot as well. Also, so consider subscribing to the channel and turning on post notifications so you don't miss the next time I post a video. And if you guys want to hang out with me live, I do stream over on Twitch Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern time at twitch.tv/hammerdance. So check me out on there if you want to hang out live. We have a lot of fun. We play a bunch of different games. We've been playing the finals a lot lately, and that game is really fun, and I cannot wait for the full launch. But yeah, anyways, guys, that's all from me. I want you to keep those hammers up, and I'll see you next time.